of some conversation, I think, between Flora of Caps or something and somebody else. Is that part of what you wanted us to see?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then, what else? I think that's about it. Now,
actually, there's more.
We need those more. You know, the problem is we need everything that you have so that you can be able to.
We gave them the copy. I think I gave you all the copies. Should be more.
Kilimo, we can give you leave to go and make sure you get all the copies for us, even as we proceed. But we would not like to waste any more time. I've asked the secretaries to share with us electronically the copies that probably you sent to her, and we will be able to refer to them from our phones. So, honourable members, please, you can visit when he refers to a specific document, and you would have hoped to get about documents so that you refer to annex this. And also your statement, we would have liked to have your statement. Are you making a statement or making a verbal presentation?
I'll respond briefly. We sincerely apologize for that.
Who has given you the authority, the okay to respond?
I'm seeking that authority. Kindly.
We will deal with that. The client who is on oath, you can only consult him in answering a question. When you go to court, you can effectively respond. I hope that you understand that procedure. That's how we are going to do business here. We're not going to allow you to start arguing things out here. He is the one we invited. He has to answer the questions. When you go to court, you can do your business there. Mr. Kariuki, we were following up something. Oh, yeah. Do you have a written presentation to us?
Oh, Chair, I don't have.
So we will rely on your...
I think I can explain why I don't have.
Okay, please go ahead.
I've been in the hospital for the last 1 week because I was racing at WRC. And I was in the hospital, and from there I went to the DCI. So I didn't get time until yesterday. Yesterday I left at DCI around 6 in the evening, and I had to come here today.
Very well, but our letter was written on 22nd of March. Are you saying that you did not receive our letter before last week?
I was in the hospital from that time.
22nd of March is about 3 weeks back.
Oh,
it's more than 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I was in WRC, and from there I went straight to the hospital. From there,
what is WRC?
I was in Safari, so from there I went to the hospital. I was admitted for a week.
No. Are you alone in that company?
Yes.
So you could not have delegated the responsibility to anyone?
I don't have anyone at the moment at the company.
You work all alone?
For now. I used to have more people, but for now, I've been working by myself.
You laid them off, or?
Yes, we did.
You told them to take leave of absence?
Yes, we told them.
Any reasons?
The reason why, because we were stopped by cabs selling the fertilizer, and that's why I told them to take leave.
Well, though not convincing, you shall take it for the time being so that you can make progress.
Okay. Thank you.
Now, may you proceed? We shall listen to you. Yes. There's a piece of paper I was writing. There's a piece of paper I was writing.
Chair, can I start?
A set of questions to respond to.
Okay.
Do I need to refresh your memory?
Sure.
We wanted to see a copy of the permit that the purpose of this meeting that you are called for is to interrogate the circulation that led to the distribution of GPC plus original fertilizer that is in the country through the National Cereals and Produce Board, despite the fact that it has been found to be substandard by the Kenya Bureau of Standards. The company is expected to give details and an account of events from company registration and objectives, venture and motive for the fertilizer production. In addition to the above, the committee requests that the company to provide the following information: a copy of the permit to use the standardization mark. Have you provided that?
Yes, I have.
The permit to use the standardization mark?
Yes, I have.
Okay, we shall look at it. A copy of this scheme for supervision and control. So certification agreement signed between the Kenya Bureau of Standards and the company.
Yes, I have. It's there.
A copy of the contract signed between the company and NCPB for distribution of the fertilizer.
It's there.
A copy of the company's CR12.
It's there.
And I hope you can confirm this, please. The total number of bags or amount of fertilizer manufactured and supplied into the market.
Yes.
So, have you given us this?
Yes,
Is it
I
in
did.
form of a report or in form of? Have you written it to us?
No, I didn't write to you. What I did, I sent a mail. I've already sent a mail to clarify whatever chair you're saying. I did
So
write an
does
email.
that mail have the quantities of the fertilizer produced?
Yes, it does.
Over the years, isn't it?
Yes, it does.
And then the quantity of GPC plus original fertilizer that you have distributed,
Yes,
the cost of each bag,
it does.
and finally chemical composition of the GPC plus original fertilizer.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so we were expecting you to submit electronic copies of your report. You see, what we expect from you is actually a report
Okay.
that we shall go through as it highlights on these annexes,
Sure.
on these documents that you have also, accompanied.
Sure.
So in the absence of a report, you want us to proceed verbally?
I think Chair will explain why. Maybe we can take another day if it's possible, so I can do the report.
I need to
Okay.
consult my members
No.
on that. Mr. Kariuki, I would like you to know that Parliament is a house of records, and all our conversations are recorded, our voice recorded. That is why we asked all your colleagues or people who have accompanied you in their respective capacities to introduce themselves, because the hand is on. So anything you say in this room cannot be changed, because it will be on record. The record will be electronic, and we do not want to hear issues of server and others, because we would like you to confirm right from the beginning that the record of the Hansard of the Parliament is a credible record that can be produced anywhere. I'd like you to confirm that, because your document will be signed by you, and you can rely on the pagination of your document and the content of every page. In the absence of a report, that probably would expect you to change sign on every page. Are you committing yourself to the record of the Hansard that is going on right now until the end of this meeting?
Chair.
Proceed.
I was kindly asking if I can get another day so I can put everything together. That's what we are thinking. Maybe for the interest of you to understand what I've been doing and to follow up where I started and where I am.
Mr. Kariuki, we sympathize with the fact that you have been unwell. And no one knows, all of us could be unwell even tomorrow or the day after. Or could be well. We pray that we are all well. What's the guarantee that when you give you time and a time extension, that we will be sure of meeting you on the date and time with a comprehensive report? What guarantees do you have?
I can guarantee you that and that's why I need sometimes to do it, so that I can bring comprehensive report to you.
Mr. Kariuki, you realize the kind of situation Kenyan farmers are in and other stakeholders in the agricultural sector. This topic is extremely emotive when it comes to our mainstay of the economy. And you realize that everybody would have liked this meeting to continue to its conclusion. Therefore, we are time constrained. We would like to propose that we have this meeting on Thursday morning. Is that time enough for you?
Oh, that's the morning we attending Senate. We have a Senate meeting. We have been called by Senate on Thursday morning.
Mr. Kariuki, the consensus around the table is that we proceed based on the fact that these conversations are voice recorded. And if anyone is in doubt, then they would like them to convince us why they will not proceed with voice recorded conversation. Unsand is not changed by anyone. Unsand is a permanent record. Secondly, we are time constrained in the sense that we have a specific timeline when we should deliver an activity as a committee. If we go to next week, that time will have elapsed. Friday is not a working day for these members because they already have planned activities, and you have indicated that you are meeting Senate on Thursday. There is no substitution between National Assembly and Senate. We are separate. We are two houses in one. Whatever they do is quite independent of what we do. Again, the oversight roles are very clear in the Constitution, and the role of Senate and the role of National Assembly is very, very clear. So whatever information they will get from you will be for specific use as per the constitutional provisions. The information you get from you will be for use as per the constitutional provision in view of the National Assembly. So my members believe that because we have documents here which we would like to interrogate, and we are ready and willing to do that, we could proceed with your verbal report. If there is anything that we will need from you thereafter, we shall formally address you, and then you will be able to respond to our requests for more information or for further clarifications. Is that okay with you? Ready when you are, sir?
I think, Chair, I'm ready to proceed.
Very well. So we will listen to you.
Sure.
And then we shall ask you questions.
Okay.
You may, I would like my clerk to be seated, because we don't want anything missed out. So Doreen, can you sit down? Doreen, you need to sit down so that we can proceed. Okay, you are at liberty to proceed. Thank you very much.
Okay. My name is Josiah Karmani Kariuki, and I'm the sole director of SBL and 51 Capital. And I started the business in 2022.
Call that company SBL?
SBL Innovate Manufacturers.
SBL Innovate Manufacturing.
Yes.
Okay.
And 51 Capital, Kenya Limited.
You're also the
Yes.
You're also the sole proprietor of
Yes.
51 Capital.
Actually, it's a limited company, but I'm the only director on both companies.
The 51.
Yes.
51 Capital. There's something Africa in it. Okay. Kenya Limited.
Yes.
Something else. So you are the sole director of these two companies?
Yes, I am.
I think you will allow us to keep on confirming this information.
Yes.
When was SBL Innovate registered?
22 August 2022.
22nd of August.
Yes. 22nd of August.
2022. And 51 Capital Kenya Limited.
6th of February, Feb 2020.
2020. And you are the, even then, you could register alone,
Yes.
limited company.
Yes, you could.
When was the provision to register alone? When did the law change? When did the law change? Okay, proceed.
And from there, I was interested as a business person to venture into fertilizer, making fertilizer. And that's why I approached African Diatomite. Because before that, I was doing farming. I was doing farming in Laikipia. I had my own farm in Laikipia at least. So I was interested with farming. And that's how I got into the fertilizer business.
So you are saying that your experiences in farming
Yes,
led you to fertilizer manufacture,
sure.
and you approached African Diatomite.
Yes, I did.
What made you approach African Diatomite? Did they have the specific fertilizer you needed? Or?
Yes. Before that, I'd approached them as a farmer, and they told me they had a good product, which was silica based.
African Diatomite.
Yes, yes, they had a silica based.
Silica.
Yes,
Retainers.
SILICA.
Silica.
Yes.
From silicon.
And I did trials in my own farm. I did the trials in my own farm. And because it was in Laikipia, it's a dry place in Laikipia, that's why I was farming. It's called Ruto. It did well.
So were you looking for a dryland fertilizer or a marginal rainfall area fertilizer?
Marginal, it was marginal. It could work on a drought resistant and still work on any other places.
Fertilizer works on drought resistant in terms of
What it does,
what I know
yeah,
from my background
sure.
is that there is no fertilizer that has been invented or produced by anyone which can improve the resistance of a crop. You have scientific evidence to provide that.
I think it's in Google. We can Google that, it's already there. And it says, because of the moisture content on it.
Excuse me, I asked, do you have scientific evidence to put before us that will prove that this particular fertilizer can miraculously improve on the drought resistance of the crops?
I can provide that.
We need to see that.
Yeah.
So which crops does it, I mean, whose resistance does it improve? Which crop, which category of crop?
All the crops. All the crops. What
Including
it
tea and
does,
coffee, including solanaceas, including the avicia, including everything? All crops?
what it does, it have enough moisture on it. And that's what improve the drought resistance. The moisture on silica improve the resistance of the crop.
You are saying silica has moisture.
Yes, it does.
How is it packaged?
Yeah, I don't
How
know.
is the packaging material?
The package we do an iron inside so that it doesn't lose the moisture. If you check the bags, our bags, they are laminated. All our bags, they are all laminated so that it doesn't lose the moisture content on it.
So one of the components is moisture. What is the percentage of moisture in your compound, in your fertilizer?
It's 15. I think I can check here. It's there.
15%.
Yes. That's what I got from KEBS. The result from KEBS, you have them. Should be 15.
I refer members to the document from KEPS.
Yeah, can refer from the document from KEPS.
On the composition of that fertilizer, do you have that document?
Yes, I have it here. See, laboratory test report.
Laboratory test report. This
Yes.
is called what? What's the ending of that document?
Just a laboratory test report, and you have KEBS.
Do you have that?
Yeah, I can show you.
Can somebody?
It's a sheet. It's a one sheet. It's here.
Laboratory test reports. It's calibration. Very angry minutes. You can put design for the details. I'm just looking at 15% moisture content, and I'm looking at a drying grain of maize. We say we dry maize up to 13% of moisture content, so it's just like around the same region. It's only 2%. From dry, you can't store maize because maize is living, is alive. It's alive. The maize seed is alive. That's why you plant it and it grows. So for you to have it dry enough for storage is around 13%. So are you talking of 15%, which is related to 13%?
What we did, we did a test. We did a test, through our farm. We did a demo through our farm, and we found out that throughout, when we were farming and when we applied the fertilizer, throughout it was always wet. That's all the findings we did.
Proceed. Go on.
From there, what I did, I approached the atomic that I said, and I told him maybe we can do business. There's an opportunity of business where I can sell the Silka booster now. And we agreed when we started, we can do it together. We can start the business together, and that's what we did. And where I started in Eldoret. I was at the showground. That's where I started. We started in Eldoret showground.
When was that?
It was in 2022, beginning of March. I remember it was around 3rd of March. And from there, should I proceed? Okay, sure. And from there, when I approached them, the farmers, they were so excited about the product. And I thought maybe I can approach National Cereal Board because I didn't have shops to sell, so that I can sell through their depots, and that's what I did. So I approached National Cereal Board and I told them what I had. I gave them all the information what I had and what I've done with the farmers.
When was the first time you went to the National Cereals and Produce Board?
20th of March, around there.
20th of March, which year?
2022.
2022.
Yeah.
So you spoke to them to
Yes.
distribute your product?
Yes.
What did they demand from you?
They demanded to see the product. I gave them the product itself. And actually, when I gave them the product, I gave them some samples to do the sampling themselves. And from that, I got the CABE certificate from the Atomite. By then, I didn't have mine. I was using the Atomite.
Let's try to get that correctly.
Sure.
You said that you approached CABS on, you approached NCPB on 20th of March 2022.
Yes.
And they requested you to give them the product.
Yes.
They also requested you to give them what?
The CABE certificate, if I had any. And I provided them.
Any?
Yes.
Now, did you have a CAP certificate then?
By then I was using diatomite because I had a contract with them.
Using diatomite?
Diatomite. I was using diatomite.
How do you use somebody's certificate to market your product?
By then,
is that okay in law? Is that correct in law?
when you look at the bags when I started, it was manufactured by diatomite. The bag itself, it says manufactured by diatomite. It didn't say SBL or 51 Capital. It says diatomite. That's what it said.
So diatomite means the product diatomite, is
yes,
it?
Yes. Silica. We used to make silica. And I have a contract with them. I had a contract with them for distribution. I think you can find it there. I have a contract with them.
Now, diatomite we are talking about is the one mined around Lake Lemetaita?
No. The one we have is mined in Susan.
Huh?
It's mined in Nakuru. It's not the same where they get diatomite. I would say diatomite is self-carrier-induced. There's somewhere else in Daramia, they own a farm. And that's where they were getting it from. So it's not the one in carrier-induced. There's a special material they used to get.
But the one at carrier-induced is also diatomite.
It's different because they have two different things. They have
if I may check the meaning of diatomite,
sure.
I would probably you will probably make better progress. Now, what I find straight away is that the country's Rift Valley region is particularly abundant in diatomite, with a deposit found around such areas as Kariandusi,
Yes.
Gilgil, and Kokitoin. Now, does the place that you are describing, does it have any of those names?
No. The prison.
So, which is this special diatomite? Which one is it? Because you look at the what is the diatomite used for? First of all, where else is diatomite found? They are not mentioning where you are trying to describe.
Yes.
Secondly, we are talking of what volumes? How much of this product have you sold for the last 2 years?
In National Cereal, I've done about, you're talking about 100,000 bags?
Metric tons or bags?
Bags. I'm talking about bags. Because they used to pack them in bags. That was the job of the diatomite. The contract says my job was to do advertisement, and their job was to mine and package on my behalf. You have the contract there.
So far you have sold, is it 100,000? Can you be specific on the amount that you have sold?
It's not more than 110,000. Can be specific, around 110,000.
You know, really, you are the man who has been selling this through Juice and Produce Board. You know how many bags you've sold. You can't miss a 25-kilogram bag of something.
I think, Chair, at this maybe National Cereal would have not told you about it. I used to give extra bags. I've given extra bags more than 20,000 to farmers for free when I was doing demos. So any farmer used to go and buy anything from Cereal Board used to get, as long as you buy more than 2 bags, you used to get an extra bag for free.
So, do you have a copy of the certificate from the African diatomite that you are using?
Yes, I do.
Is it part of what you have given us?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's there.
See that one. So as you distributed this product through you said you were selling under the Ambana?
Yes.
The African diatomite?
Yes.
Were they selling it also for crop production?
Yes, they were.
They were selling
Yes.
diatomite for
Yes.
production.
Yes, they were. And that's why I approached them and they took me through. There's a methodology there.
Now, you find African diatomite selling diatomite, and you also want to go to their mining, to mine their ground and sell. And you are a competitor in the same product, isn't it?
No.
How is that relationship?
No,
described?
the relationship was the contract, as per the contract you have there. For me, I was supposed to do the distribution on their behalf. It is there. And for them, they were supposed to do the mining. So we had a contract between us.
So they were to do the mining
Yes.
and possibly even bagging,
Yes.
and then you were to sell.
Yes.
Now, can we get that certificate from this? We need to have that certificate so that we can be moving, making progress. So when you went to LCPB, you told them that you have a product that you are selling for and on behalf of African diatomite, or
Yes.
did you sell them to tell them that this is your product?
I told them I was working with African diatomite.
Working with African diatomite.
Yes. Yes.
And then you wanted to sell the product through them.
Yes.
What we have is an agreement, not a certificate. Where is the certificate that you are using to market this product in Kenya, which belonged to the African diatomite?
There's a certificate there written 15, and then African diatomite. There is.
Do you have a copy that
Yes.
probably you can give to
Yes,
us?
there's a copy.
Can I see that copy? Now, so when did you start selling this product through the NCPB?
The contract was done on end of March 2022.
End of March 2022.
Yes.
The contract between you and NCPB.
Yes, the agency contract.
End of March 2022.
Yeah, it was 31st March 2022.
And when did you give them the first product?
Very after the contract, maybe a week after that.
So by April you are already busy in business?
Yes.
Can you confirm that by April you are in business?
We could say around May. I still remember around May or June, around there. I can remember because it took like 2 months for us to prepare.
And you are already in contract with these fellows?
Yes, because I didn't start straight away.
I would like to refer you to your distribution agreement.
Sure.
And I want to read the first part of it.
Yes.
Agreement made as of the first day of November 2022.
Yes.
By and between the African diatomite industries having its business address at wherever, Gilgil.
Sure.
And SBL Innovate Manufacturers having its principal place of business at not given. Do you note the date of this agreement?
Yes, I did.
It is when?
It was in November because why we had the agreement.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
You know the date of the agreement?
Yes, I do.
Did you tell this committee that you already had an agreement before you could sell any product? Can you answer me?
Yes, I can.
So you lied to the committee on oath?
No, I didn't lie to the committee. What happened was I had a contract, but it wasn't signed. It was signed by then.
Mr. Karaoke, did you come to joke with us here? Are you joking with us or are you serious? No wonder you have carried these ladies and gentlemen who could be doing their work. Are you telling us that you are lying before the cameras, Mr. Kariuki?
I'm not lying before the camera.
How can we believe you on anything else? If your contract says you started selling this product about 8 months before you got a contract with African Diatomite.
What the contract says there.
Do we have any obligation to listen to you? Are we obliged to listen to you? Because you're proving to be a liar right from the beginning.
Chair, I think you should give me time to clarify whatever you're saying, because you're not giving me time to clarify anything
I
now.
will not give you time to clarify, because that is where you should have started. By saying you had issues with the contract, you started selling without the contract, without the agreement, you negotiated for the agreement,
Sure.
but you did not land the product. You have said here you landed the product after you already have had a contract. So are you here to waste our time or to tell us the facts as they are? And we are not here to argue. I want you to confirm. Are you lying to us? Have you just lied to us?
I'm not lying to you. What I say, the contract wasn't set that time, but we were still selling. And we were doing demos with them. And I was paying them for that. I was doing that.
Mr. Kariuki, all that to us is immaterial. What is of material and substantial here is the fact that you have lied to the committee that you started selling this after you had had a contract. And you approached NCPB with a contract. Can you hear that? You approached NCPB with a contract. What are you trying to tell us?
I did explain what happened about the contract, Chair. I'm trying to explain whatever happened. And the contract there, it didn't mean I cannot sell it to NCPB, because I'm not the only person who have been selling Simca, and other people, they don't even have contracts. Why I got the contract was one thing. I got the contract because I wanted to get my own standardization, and that's why I got the contract. But before that, not only me, there are like 10 companies used to buy as normal, as distributors, and they never had any contract. So I wasn't the first person not to have a contract. Other people have been buying, and they are still buying without a contract.
Mr. Kariuki, we are not dealing with anybody else other than you. You are specifically and individually invited to this committee.
Sure.
Not anybody else that you may insinuate could be doing your kind of business, but it is you. We are dealing with your product that you passed through a government institution for that matter. It is in record that you have signed a signed contract with NCPB, which we have, on the 31st of March 2022. That we have. And it is in record that you are telling us that you signed that contract when you already had an agreement with Africa Diatomite. And it is a very simple fact. Haven't you lied, Mr. Kariuki?
I haven't lied. I'm telling the truth, and I'm trying to explain what's happening.
Do we really have any business of listening to you anymore? That's a question.
You should listen to me, Chair, because I'm telling you what happened, and I'm telling you when I started business with him, we agreed I can be selling.
So you want us to continue to listening to more of your lies, is that correct?
I don't think I'm lying, and that's why I have the contract, and nobody else have brought any contract here. I'm the one.
Mr. Kariuki, I'll repeat for the last time that we have not called anybody else. We have called Mr. Kariuki, who has been distributing diatomite through the National Cereals and Produce Board, who has a contract signed on the 31st of March 2022.
Yes.
And if Mr. Kariuki did not have a contract, listen, Mr. Kariuki did not have a contract from that time to 2023 January 25th. Which means Mr. Kariuki was selling diatomite through NCPB without a mark of quality. You did not have a mark of quality for close to a year. You are selling this product. So tell us, how did you influence NCPB to accept your product? That's what we want to hear now.
I think, as I said, I was working with diatomite, and they allowed me. And as you can see on the bags, it said it was manufactured by diatomite. And how I got it, I told them I was working with diatomite, and they allowed me to use.
Maybe, Chair, just to Kariuki, you know, sometimes it's good to say the truth, and the truth will always you free. You see, you said approached NCBB.
Sure.
And you had a contract with NCBB on 20th of March, 31st of March 2022.
Sure.
And immediately you started selling the product. Secondly, what you said is that before you agreed with NCBB,
Tons or bags?
Bags. I'm talking.
So which crops does it, I mean, whose resistance does it improve? Which crop, which category of crop?
All the crops. All the crops.
Including tea and coffee, including solanaceas, including the avicia, including everything? All crops?
What it does, it have enough moisture on it. And that's what improves the drought resistance. The moisture on silica improve the resistance of the crop.
You are saying silica has moisture?
Yes, it does.
How is it packaged?
Chair, I don't
How
know.
is the packaging material?
The package we do an iron inside so that it doesn't lose the moisture. If you check the bags, our bags, they are laminated. All our bags, they are all laminated so that it doesn't lose the moisture content on it.
So one of the components is moisture.
Yes,
what is the
Chair.
percentage of moisture in your compound, in your fertilizer?
It's 15. I think I can check here. It's there.
15%?
Yes. That's what I got from KEBS. The result from KEBS, you have them. Should be 15.
I refer members to the document from KEBS.
Yeah, I refer from the document from KEBS.
On the composition of that fertilizer, do you have that document?
Yes, I have it here. See, laboratory test report.
Laboratory test report. Is
Yes.
called what? What's the ending of that document?
Just a laboratory test report and have KEBS.
Do you have that?
Yeah, I can show you.
Can somebody?
It's a sheet. It's a one sheet. Yeah.
Laboratory test reports. It's calibration. Very angry minutes. You can put design for the details. I'm just looking at 15% moisture content, and I'm looking at a drying grain of maize. We say we dry maize up to 13% of moisture content, so it's just like around the same region. It's only 2%. From dry, you can't store maize because maize is living, is alive. It's alive. The maize seed is alive. That's why you plant it and it grows. So for you to have it dry enough for storage is around 13%. So are you talking of 15%, which is related to 13%?
What we did, we did a test. We did a test, through our farm. We did a demo through our farm, and we found out that throughout, when we were farming and when we applied the fertilizer, throughout it was always wet. That's what the findings we did.
Proceed. Go on.
From there, what approached the AJAABU that I said, and I told him maybe we can do business. There's an opportunity of business where I can sell the Silka booster now. And we agreed when we started, we can do it together. We can start the business together, and that's what we did. And where I started in Eldoret. I was at the showground. That's where I started. We started in Eldoret showground.
When was that?
It was in 2022, beginning of March. I remember it was around 3rd of March. And from there, should I proceed? Okay, sure. And from there, when I approached them, the farmers were so excited about the product, and I thought maybe I can approach National Cereal Board because I didn't have shops to sell, so that I can sell through their depots, and that's what I did. So I approached National Cereal Board, and I told them what I had. I gave them all the information what I had and what I've done with the farmers.
When was the first time you went to the National Cereals and Produce Board?
20th of March, around there.
20th of March,
Yeah.
which year?
2022.
2022.
Yeah.
So you spoke to them to
Yes.
distribute your product?
Yes.
What did they demand from you?
They demanded to see the product. I gave them the product itself. And actually, when I gave them the product, I gave them some samples to do the sampling themselves. And from that, I got the CABE certificate from the AJAABU. By then, I didn't have mine. I was using the AJAABU.
Let's try to get that correctly.
Sure.
You said that you approached CABS on, you approached NCPB on 20th of March 2022.
Yes.
And they requested you to give them the product.
Yes.
They also requested you to give them what?
The CABE certificate, if I had any. And I provided them.
Any?
Yes.
Now, did you have a CABE certificate then?
By then, I was using the AJAABU because I had a contract with them.
Using the AJAABU?
The AJAABU. I was using the AJAABU.
How do you use somebody's certificate to market your product?
By then,
Is that okay in law? Is that correct in law?
when you look at the bags, when I started, it was manufactured by the AJAABU. The bag itself, it says manufactured by the AJAABU. It didn't say SBL or 51 Capital. It says the AJAABU. That's what it said.
So the AJAABU means the product the AJAABU is?
Yes, yes. Silka. We used to make Silka. And I have a contract with them. I had a contract with them for distribution. I think you can find it there. I have a contract with them.
Now, the AJAABU we are talking about is the one mined around the capacity to buy from the sitting, because he is misleading you to mislead us.
Chair, but
We cannot allow.
CABS have. Because if they have seen this and they did not return to us, what happened? They should tell us what
They
happened.
didn't take a record of the seat of the sample. Another error recorded on the submitted documents. This one has no stamp. This one is a document downloaded from the website of CABS by a staff member of Mr. Kariuki, and filled by the staff member of Kariuki, who did not also take into content that he's supposed to even align the dates. Now let's go back to the product, Mr. Kariuki. You had submitted 2 samples of
saying 70% organic. This is not from us. This is from them. The results we got, it's from CABS. This is not from me. I got the result from CABS. It's here, black and white.
Chair, I want to understand one thing, so that even as we proceed, we understand what we are doing. I want to understand whether we are dealing with GPC, or original organic fertilizer, or soil amendment fertilizer and conditioner. Which one are we dealing with? Is it an organic fertilizer or a soil amendment conditioner?
I'm dealing with whatever KEBS gave it to me. GPC original, that's what they gave me. That's what I'm dealing with.
Maybe, Chair, for clarity's sake, and Karaoke, you see, hope you, let's get it clear.
Sure.
It's a bit odd. Let's get it clear, Karaoke.
Sure.
The product you supplied in cereal in April 2022 is still the product you are looking for KEBS certification in 2023 January. Am I right?
You are right.
Now, in 2022, which is still debatable, you used the permit from African diatomite.
Yes, I
Am
did.
I right?
Yes, I did.
And the permit was soil amendment, fertilizer, and conditioner. Am I right?
Yes.
Then you went to KEBS on your own through now SPL Innovate.
Sure.
And if you look at the application, which was, you said that the samples were taken on 25th of January 2023. Am I right?
Yes.
And the results came on 28.
28, yes.
28. That is a speed of 3 days or 5 days.
True.
Now, the results seems to be the same product, different results.
Sure.
This one that you initially engaged cereal was soil amendment, fertilizer, and conditioner.
Sure.
And this one you are getting now the certification under SPL Innovate has become something else.
Sure.
And it has become an organic fertilizer with 15% moisture content, 70% organic fertilizer, and all the other nutrients.
True.
What changed if it was the same product?
I think that's the question to ask KEBS, because they are the one who took the samples and they are the one who brought us the results, and the results are here.
Now, do you believe, because Karaoke, you are the owner of the product, the first instance in 2022, it was a soil conditioner. In 2023, it has turned into an organic fertilizer. And in fact, what you are selling now, the brand is organic fertilizer, GBC, original, plus whichever it is. Now, from your own conviction, this product you are selling, is it a soil conditioner or an organic fertilizer?
I think I can explain a bit what happened. There was a methodology they asked me to send on about silica. There's a methodology I did send to KEBS about silica, which they have not considered before that. And I think that's why maybe I got organic matter on it. Because when they did the test before, they had not included silica booster on it. But when I did send them the methodology of what was being mined, that's why they included that.
So what we need clearly is that the product that you had in 2022, April, that went to cereal, is the same product that is still that went to KEBS in January 2023.
Very true.
But now the same KEBS gave different permit, different results in 2022, and now they gave different results in 2023.
True.
Did you do anything extra for you to get the extra results?
No, I didn't. Maybe I can mention to that. I took the same fertilizer to Spectra, an independent approved, and they told me something else apart from from what KEBS had already told me. It's here. Maybe you can check. They told me it's approved by government chemists, and they told me there is 53.54 silica on that, silica matter on that. Okay, so I've been lost as well with the whole thing. What I've been happening.
So maybe because I'm still prosecuting, Chair, and you will assist us because you are an expert in agriculture. Sometimes us, we are just expert in IT, so we might get a bit lost. But I know percentages don't lie. The total percentages should add to 100%, if I presume so. If you have from your independent chemist, is it chemist or the independent lab, they have given you 53% silica.
Yes.
Which you need to give us the other 47% what they found out it was.
Sure.
These KEBS, they have given you percentages, but if I note, I think the permit is there from KEBS. We are 15%. We are 15% moisture.
Yes.
We have 70% organic matter.
Sure.
And and some others that will add to 100. So it follows that what this independent lab did is different from what KEBS did.
Exactly.
And I think you need to tell us the truth. Is there anything you did with the KEBS officials for you to give you these results of organic fertilizer?
Nothing I did, and I didn't even attend when they went to correct. When they went to correct the samples in Karandus, I was not there. I was in Tanzania, and I've been talking to them, and I was talking to them throughout, and I never told them to do anything. It was their decision to give me that. Whatever they gave me the results, and I never did anything.
Okay, you have evidence?
Yes.
I don't know why you send us this one, Flora KEBS Karaoke.
Yes.
And there is some communications?
Yes.
Including Chota Kitu Kidogo?
Yes.
What were you trying to do?
No, it was her asking for a bribe and I refused to give them.
What was the bribery meant for?
So that she can hurry up and I can get the permit faster.
But you are confirming to this committee?
Yes.
But the miraculous change in KEBS, the product that they gave you in 2022, and the product that they gave you in 2023, which is mined from the same place.
Sure.
There was nothing that you did, it was just by the miracle of God.
I think I can mention this. I can mention even now, even if we take it to KEBS right now, whatever we have, I think there was a bag which was brought here now. I would like it to take it to KEBS, and we're going to find out there's enough silica on it, which they never did it. And I keep on telling them. And I wrote them a letter.
Okay, Chair.
There is something I would like to confirm here, which is important.
Sure.
For a fertilizer to be classified as organic, and I think you can check this, it must have more than 60% organic matter. That's science. There are no two ways about it. Now, this product of yours has 53% based on the recent tests.
Yes.
I think I can see 53.58% silica.
Sure.
Now, and I check what silica is.
Yes.
It appears as silicon dioxide. Silica is silicon plus. So, also known as silica, is an oxide of silicon with a chemical formula Si02, commonly found in nature as quartz. Quartz. Quartz is a hard rock. In many parts of the world, silica is a major constituent of sand. Silica is abundant and it comprises of several minerals and synthetic products. All forms are white or colorless. You distribute the white one, although impure samples can be colored. Now, we have yourself taking to KEBS, and you're telling us the product you've taken to KEBS and still find it an organic. fertilizer. Is what you have been distributing an organic fertilizer or silica-based fertilizer?
Silica-based fertilizer.
Correct. Now, let's go back to KEB's reports. Let me see that report.
Sure.
KEB's report and your report, which has KEB's handing. I recognize KEB's report by the signature of the officer who attests to the facts above. I recognize the other one is your report, which you have submitted to us today, which has no signature. Now, looking at the two, there are some levels of agreements and disagreements, but let's not belabor that. The point is there is no mention of silica in all. Silica is mentioned in this choreographed report, which you have brought us here today, which is an attempt to try and transform your fertilizer into silica because you went to the internet and you found that there is a possibility that silica can be useful in the context that you explained here, containing water around the roots, which is not true. So, Mr. Kariuki, I put it to you that you are lying to us again.
I think, Chair, go back to, there's a text to Mr. McCoy before even the...
Refer to the reports that you've given us. Let me read the content of these reports, and I would like
the methodology.
Your report, the one you presented earlier from KEBS, and the one that KEBS did present to us, signed. Now, the one that came from KEBS, which is signed by an officer who is, that time is the manager, is the director, is called Emmanuel, Immaculate Senya, laboratory analyst, has signed a report which gives this content of the product you give them to analyze as follows. Calcium is around 3.9%. Moisture is 15%. Organic matter is 70%. pH is 8.4%. And sulfur is 1.2%. No mention of silica. Let's go back to the one you are giving.
Yes.
Just hold on.
Sure.
Give us that report you have submitted to us. That report.
They're not talking about it.
And it is very difficult to work through looking for reports from the phone. I think next time you are called by Bunge, please write a good report and give it to us. The documents you submitted, can you check? Allow me to read the content of the report that you have submitted to this committee,
Sure.
which is also has the letterhead of KEBS.
Sure.
And we agreed letterheads are in the website. They can be downloaded, as we just witnessed. Now, the content of this report is... The content of this report, following more or less the same order, is that it starts with moisture, and this is supposed to be the same KEBS report that you received.
Sure.
And indicates the moisture is 70%. The moisture is 15.1%. Then it indicates that the nitrogen, which was not mentioned in the other one, is 3.0%. Did you see nitrogen in the other one? Then there is organic matter content, which is 70.3%. The pH, which was not in the other one. And I know why pH is brought here.
The pH was there.
The pH is 8.0. 8.0 for this one. And then the total primary nutrients, NPK, as 5.7. No mention of silica that you are trying to hype here. So, Mr. Kariuki, can you tell us the story about silica now and tell us why you are bringing it?
Now I have it here. the person I was talking to from CABS, the in-charge person who came to the factory, there's a text here, I think we're going to pass it so you can see it. He asked me, kindly send the methodology of what you're doing. And I did send extraction of silica. That's what I did. Said before I was issued. That was before. That was on 23rd of January. That's when I did send. He also asked me, send me the bag, and also send me. He also told me, send the product, and I did. So it's here. And that's the person I was dealing with. And I did as what he asked. That's what I did. I followed what he asked, and that was a person from CABS, and he was the one who was dealing with my application. And I did send him everything, what he required. And from that time, 23rd of January, after 5 days, he's the same person who called me, and it said, your permit is ready. The same person. See?
Telling us that it was tested or not tested.
He tested himself. He's the one who went to the factory and took the sample himself. We took the sample ourselves, and again, the same person went back again to the factory. So that's Mr. McCoy, and corrected another sample by himself from the factory. And he told me to send him whatever I was doing. He told me send the picture of the product, and at the same time he told me send me the methodology of whatever you're doing, and I did send him.
What is the designation on deployment of Mr. McCoy?
He was the manager.
Manager?
Yes. He was the manager for CABS, Nakuru.
Manager for CABS, Nakuru.
Yes.
You are saying that he went and did the testing himself?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Where is the signed document that he gave you as an officer?
Actually, I wasn't there.
Would like to take responsibility.
Actually, I wasn't there. I was in Tanzania. It's here.
That's fine, but
yeah.
He provided a report to the company.
Yes, he provided to African Diatomite, and they should have it. Maybe we can call them, and I'll get the documents from them. That 100%, I'll get it.
So you owe us a document from African Diatomite.
Yes, I should get it.
Bring to us.
Yes, I will.
So, in that report, if you can remember,
yes.
Does it go with either A or B of the two reports you have submitted from CABS? Because there are two reports from CABS in different content.
Yes. The first report was the one we took it ourselves as a private sample. The other report was confirmation from him, and that's what the one we are supposed to provide it to you. Because maybe, Chair, I can add this. There's no way I could have been issued with a certificate if they didn't visit the factory. That's a mandatory for them.
Indeed, we want to agree you were issued with a certificate
yes.
to sell organic fertilizer.
Yes.
SBL organic.
Sure.
That you were issued.
Sure.
Because you presented an organic product, organic fertilizer product. Not silica.
I think I told them.
Not diatomite.
No. Chair, I think you're not getting here. What I did, they told me to send the methodology of what I was providing. It's there. And I did that.
Some of us have done science. Let me see that methodology.
Yes.
I saw it somewhere in
Yes, Where is it? It's there.
Let me see. Yeah. Not this one. There's something. I want to submit that you're talking about the process methodology of GPC all-purpose fertilizer.
It says extraction of silica from the atomaceous earth.
Where is it? Where is that one?
There's another one.
Yeah, let me see that. Oh, this one. And even before you go to the methodology, there is one thing I would like to put before all of us. That when you do a laboratory analysis, do you target, when you submitted the sample, were you targeting what you would like to see, or what is the content of the product?
The content of the product.
Perfect.
Yeah.
When a lab technician does analysis for the content of a product, they get in proportions up to 100%. Are you together? Mm-hmm. Now, when you look at the two reports, the one you have submitted to us,
sure.
which has CABS, is on a CABS letterhead,
yeah.
and the one CABS submitted to us of the product you gave, there are some concurrence about, there is some correlation. And the other issue is that none of them mentions any product, I mean any other product apart from those 4 or 5.
Sure.
None of them mention silica,
Sure.
notwithstanding.
Yeah.
But then let me go to the point. The point is the total composition is over 90%. So where does your 53% come in when you test again on your own? If the total content, because you have said we analyze the total content of the product.
Yes.
They have analyzed it, they have the capacity to extract whatever is in the compound, that product. So they extracted everything and then gave the analysis as such. No mention of silica, but then it gives you the proportions up to close to 100%. We can calculate and see whether it is close to 100%, which means it doesn't give flexibility for you to get 53% of silica again as the main product you are selling.
Chair, I'm a business person. I haven't done chemistry and physics for
We
to know
hire
all those
chemists
things.
and the physicists to give us the facts as they are, and I'm giving you the facts now. As per your report, as per what you have given us the composite by the same.
And I think that's
Kenya Bureau of
why
Standards.
I think that's why I paid KEBS to do that job. So we should ask them.
Or you paid them to do the job.
Of course, I paid. You have to pay for, you have to pay the government for them to do that.
So
It
they
wasn't
give
free.
you the 2 different reports.
It's for them to ask them. Chair.
Between you and me,
Yeah.
which reporting do we rely on? The signed one or the unsigned one?
I think we should ask KEBS for them to come and tell us what to rely on. It's not me. I haven't done physics, I haven't done chemistry, so it's for them to come and tell us.
I want to put it to you before everyone here that
Sure.
silica is your product, is your imagination that you're trying to sell to Kenyans, which is not there, and it is not a product that you can use for fertilizer whatsoever. It's a rock product. Quartz. That's what the silica is. So what are you telling us?
I think, Chair,
You
we
don't
have
have to be a
farmers here.
chemist. You don't have to be a physicist.
No. Chair, I'm going to differ from you. We have farmers here who have been using the products. You haven't used the product yourself, so why don't you let the farmers themselves talk?
Okay. We will allow the farmers
Yes,
to talk on the
sure.
products they used.
Yes,
but
exactly.
I wanted first of all to articulate this. It's very important that the product you give to KEBS to test is not the product that you are circulating. That's the point.
Chair,
Whatever the farmers are using is probably what you gave to KEBS that time. And
I'm
it
saying-
could have assisted them.
I'm saying-
But what you are selling now is a fake product. It's rock. It's
I'm
sand.
saying, Chair, you cannot be making decisions. You're not KEBS. You have already made decisions.
We are making
You're not
decisions
KEBS.
from what you have given
No,
us.
you cannot make decisions. Why don't we take the bags which is here to go back to KEBS? Why don't we do
We
that?
cannot take the facts here because they are
Point of
already
order, Chair.
in your the content is already determined by you. We would allow KEBS to go for independent samples.
I think, Chair, you're being hostile on this. I can tell
You
you
are the
you're
one
being
who is a
hostile
hostile
on this
business
because
here.
it's only you talking and you're the one attacking me on everything. I'm trying
Point of order,
to explain
Chair.
everything, but you don't want to listen.
Point
Why
of
are you so
order,
hostile
Chair.
than anyone
I
else?
have the right to confirm
Point
the
of order,
truth
Chair.
or non-truth.
Chair.
Point of order.
Chair.
Yes.
Point of order, Chair. Maybe before. Kariuki.
Yes, Mheshimiwa.
I think some lawyers can confuse a very straight thing. And it is always good to say the truth. And I've asked you several that can you say the truth? One thing, Kariuki, in 2022, what was the name of your product that cereals were selling?
It was called GPC.
GPC what?
Yes, the contract I have, it was
No,
called...
no, I'm saying
Yeah.
the product that you gave them in April,
Yes.
having partnered with African Diatomite,
Yes.
that product that
Yes.
they were selling in April of 2022.
Sure.
What was it called?
It was called GPC, organic fertilizer, and then you're talking about the one that might give me.
Yeah,
It was called soil conditioner fertilizer.
Self-conditioner fertilizer.
Yes.
Now, in January
Yes.
2023,
Sure.
after you went to KEBS
Yeah.
and they gave you that certification,
Sure.
what was your fertilizer now called?
It was called GPC original fertilizer,
Organic fertilizer.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
But you put it to us,
Yes.
the same content
Sure.
that was in April
Yes.
2022 is the same content that was after the test of January 2023. Okay.
Just a point of clarification.
Chair, maybe I just ended. The reason why I wanted to put, I said now it's okay. You get what we are dealing with. We are dealing with the same product, but it's changing. It is, what do you call it? It is mutating. It is mutating from a soil conditioner into an organic fertilizer, and you have a government parastatal being entertained on the same process. In fact, we have two parastatals being entertained on the same process. We have KEPs that had a permit to African diatomite on the same product as a soil conditioner. Cereals took the product, the same product. KEPs keeps it another, together with Karaoke, they give it another name to be organic fertilizer. And we have also cereal dealing with the same product, but the same thing. You know, it is like manure from a cow changing names. Is that possible, Karaoke? That's why sometimes let us be truthful on what actually you are supposed to sell, so that if people on the way gave you good deals, you just say that these other guys, they gave me some good deals, and I was also changing as the deal became nicer.
Chairman, we are so squeezed the other side. We also need to ask questions.
Oh, it's okay. I'm giving you a chance. Let the Vice Chair prosecute this issue, then I go to Sabina Chege, then Kibagen, then yourself.
I just want to seek clarification, Chair. 51 Capital African Diatomite Industry Limited. Is it one and the same? 51 Capital, yes. African Diatomite Industries Kenya Limited. Is it one and the same?
Yes.
Because there was 51 Capital and
yes.
there was African Diatomite Industries Kenya Limited.
No, when we entered into a contract, that's when we formed 51 Capital African Diatomite.
Higher. And there was a permit to use the standardization mark on which was supposed to be effective on 26th of August 2021.
Yes.
And the permit was to sell soil amendment fertilizer and a conditioner.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. And in 2023, there came now your license,
yes,
to sell GPC original organic fertilizer.
Sure.
Which are two different things, or is it one and the same?
Actually, Mheshimiwa, what I can say, that one we need to ask KEBS, because they are the one who visited the factory. I have nothing to do with that, because I'm not the one packaging the product. As I said, I had a contract. I have a contract with Diatomite. They are the one who are doing the packaging. So I should think we should call them and they can explain to what happened.
Okay.
Because what you guys are doing, they are accusing me of doing everything myself. But the contract, it says there, Diatomite were supposed to be doing the packaging and doing the quality assurance. So those are the people who are supposed to be doing that in 2023. The contract says
you
that.
Want to say you don't know what you are selling?
What I know what I was selling whatever I took to KEBS, and I followed whatever they told me to sell. That's what I've been selling.
So it's KEBS who told you to sell, not you as an entrepreneur?
What I'm saying is,
yes,
as an entrepreneur, when I told them to check for me, to check what was there, I believed them. And whatever they gave me, the results, that's how I went to the field and sell whatever they told me I was selling. Because I didn't have my own lab to double check that. So it was them to advise me what to sell.
I've at any one time KEFI's analysis for your product. What do you call this now? If it is SPL innovates, then it means which one are we talking about?
Oh.
I've seen some analysis.
Sure.
Because yesterday we had KEFI's and they said they've never tested any of your products.
Yes.
But I've seen some analysis which you've submitted,
yes,
and it's showing that at one point in 8th of November 2022,
yes, they did.
KEFI's did some analytical chemistry. What do you call report analysis of some of your products?
Sure.
Now, which product were they doing? Is it the conditioner or the organic.
The same conditioner, the same organic, it was the same thing they have been. It have been the same product. And you can see as well they have different results from everybody else.
Mr. Kariuki, are you saying the conditioner is the same as the organic?
As far as KEB said, that's what I'm following. That's what they said. So I'm following on that.
Your point of...
Thank you, Chair. And Chair, I've just been going through many documents here. One is that apart from the products mutating, I've also noticed that the communication with KEBS on SB Innovate Manufacturer Limited has also been mutating. One, if you look at the document that was 28/01/2023, there was a date of issue there. The address given for SBL Innovate, the physical address is different from what was again given on 17/05/2023, which gives now the physical address at Changama Mainland North, and even the physical address, postal address changes. So apart from products changing, also I think Innovate is also nomadic. It keeps on shifting from one place, including the postal address. You know, you can change the physical address, but the postal address also changes. So we need to know which Synovate, SBL Synovate we are dealing with. Number two, you know, Mr. Kariuki has said he's a businessman. And being a businessman, it is okay to do business in Kenya, but it is wrong and immoral to take advantage of farmers, to take advantage of Kenyans who may not understand the scientific background, and again say every other question that the chair is asking, you refer him to KEBS. One, if I am a businessman and I'm going to the market, I first must understand the product that I'm selling. Then I will go to KEBS requesting for testing of a product that I personally have produced, have tested, and I have confidence in it, and then that's why I want to roll it to the market. So going to KEBS is not that KEBS is going to guide me on my product, but I'm going to ask KEBS, could you confirm that what I know is the truth? And Mr. Kariuki might not be a scientist, but I'm very sure he works with people in his office, because he does not go to, to mine. He doesn't go to do the mixing of these products to get the final product. But finally, he has a group of experts who would advise him, this is the process to follow, this is what to do, and so we have a good product that we think is going to be safe for the Kenyan farmers. I will be a bit not comfortable even giving the farmers he has come with here to address us, or even to give the evidence, because as it is now evident, there have been various products going out to the market. So which product did the farmers use vis-a-vis what the product might be? I don't even know whether he came with those products today. But my main concern, Chair, is here, and I want them to educate me. When you talk about soil amendment fertilizer and conditioner, then again you talk about organic fertilizer. I would want to know what is the difference between the two. Then there is silica-based fertilizer. That's a third product from the same person and operating almost under one license or one sample that was given. In the last one, Chair, when the silica name has appeared, I have seen a different brand name, which has not been mentioned here, because the first brand name that was given on 28/01/2023, that was SBL GPC Original. And the description of commodity, and this is a KEBS document, was organic fertilizer. And then on 17/05/2023, again description is organic fertilizer, but the brand name again is SBL GPC Booster. So as we interview the farmers, as now we even interview Mr. Kariuki, which product are we talking about? And which product is in the market? And you cannot fake ignorance and say, yes, you're not a scientist, but KEBS, you are saying everything as KEB. Yeah, what did you promise? Because every time you have a product, you promise the people you are selling to, this is my promise to you. What did you promise the farmers or the people who are to buy, and what have you delivered?
Okay, something related. Thank you very much, Madam Chair. You did sign a contract, an agreement with the National Cereals and Produce Board. Yes, Mr. Kariuki?
Yes, I did.
Which products did you sign the contract for?
There are like 3 products there.
3 products?
Yes.
And I have the contract here, and I would like to read the products for purposes of our understanding.
Sure.
The first product
Yes.
is called 51 Capital Animal Supplement.
Yes.
The second product is GPC Guard.
Yes.
The third product is diatomaceous.
Yes.
Now, which one did they distribute? Is it one or all?
They distribute the automations. That's what they are distributing. That was the name.
But the supply price, and you have given the supply price for the products here, and given 3 products.
Yes, I did.
So they just they supply the diatomaceous.
Yes.
Now, diatomaceous
Yes.
is another new name now. What is diatomaceous?
Actually, the automations is the same thing as when you're talking about silica, and when you're talking about the include automations. Actually, you can even call it diatoms as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Kariuki, the problem is that you are not a truthful person. You don't like truth. And when I confront you with truth, you get annoyed. The fact is this. You said you're an entrepreneur, and that's perfect. You really are a good entrepreneur. You found some material there, which somebody has not thought about, packaged it, and gave it out in the market when you took a different product to KEBS to test and give you the license to proceed. That is the fact.
Actually, Chair, that's a lie. I'll say it's a lie because you are not there, and I know what I provided, and I know the truth.
And I know what is diatomaceous, because diatomaceous is what is produced at Kariandush.
Diatomaceous, it can be silica as well, is part of that. And actually, we even have silica for human as well. There's all those kind of things for human.
Honorable Salasya, please.
I didn't answer.
Yeah, okay.
Chair, I didn't even answer Honorable Sabina's question. That's what I'm saying. It's like, come on, it's just been unfair. I'm just answering his questions.
Okay, may I have just a small question to ask you? Number one, you say that when you are trying to introduce this product,
Sure.
first of all, you say that you're trying to do farming in Laikipia.
Sure.
You registered your company in the year 2022, which the same year that you are given the contract to start to supply the product.
Sure.
Under whose supervision, maybe from the KEBS or government official, that was there to see the performance of the product that you wanted to introduce in the market. And maybe even also I may ask you, did the product also find its way out of, apart from the NCPB channel that is selling through the product, did it find itself from other market channels, like maybe market outside these NCPB stocks? And how much were you charging? Were they charging you? And if maybe it's found that you are just selling pure soil to the Kenyans, who should compensate those farmers whom you are selling I'm just saying, if you are selling the soil, who is going to compensate them? Silk, that is.
Next is Honorable, you will respond to, please note them so that you can respond. We want to make one round. Honorable Double N.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. My question to Mr. Kariuki. Of course, we have heard about the substandard fertilizer, and we know it's a fact that the same fertilizer is in the hands of the farmers who have been making noise and displaying the same product. And my worry is, amongst all these suckers that we are hearing today, who is going to compensate the farmers? Are you going to take sole responsibility to ensure that the farmers have been compensated fully? And again, how can we believe in you as a company, as a proprietor, in future to our farmers safe in your hands in the event that you are given another opportunity to supply the same product to the farmers?
Then we will have Honorable Kibagendi to intervene.
Thank you, Chairman. Mine was something that I've noticed, but I think Honorable Sabina here took it up, because what I'm seeing, the standardization permit that you were given by KEBS was given to a company, SBL, that was registered and is domiciled in Changamwe. This other one, 51, is registered at Nyayo Stadium, PO Box of Nyayo Stadium. Now, being the sole director in both these two companies, why would you find it necessary to apply using a different company, get the standardization mark using a different company, and you are a sole director, the sole director of both these two companies? Thank you.
Maybe he needs to also clarify which office is at Nyayo Stadium. Which room? Exactly.
There's one at the building also.
I think I'm going to answer that. Chair.
Maybe.
I cannot answer 50 questions. They've been asked everywhere, but it's okay. I'll try my best because
lawyers are
you should ask
misleading
one person.
They are misleading you.
Yes.
We told you to note and answer. All these members have to interrogate you.
It's true.
So you needed to note them down. If you are not prepared with a paper and a pen, it is not our mistake. That's what we do here. You have to note them down, and then, or if you decide not to answer, we shall declare you a hostile witness, and then we release you. There is no problem.
I think some of the questions I can't even remember because everybody is talking here.
You
But it's
have
okay.
chosen not to remember,
Okay.
Mr. Karioki.
It's okay. Now, I'll talk about the box. I'll talk about the box number. Those box number, my dad have had it since 1970. You know, when you talk about box number, it's not the address, it's the box number which says 5042-00506 Nairobi. So I can use the box number. It doesn't mean the office is there. Those are just the box number. And those are the boxes we have been using as a family. So that's what I've been using.
Point of order, Chair. You know, it's also not good for us to be treated as jokers here. You see, we are talking about business, not about your father or your family history. We are not interested. The whole thing is this. The question was, and I just want to take two here. There's another one for Gilgil and there's one for Nyayo Stadium. I'm not even going through there. This is the same company, SBL Innovate Manufacturers Limited. Yeah. So this is on 28th January 2023. The box number is 5052. That is postal address. And the code is postal code 00506. Physical address, same company, Riverside Drive, room door houses 65, and that's it. Then the same year, on 17th of May 2023, the same company, physical address is in Changamwe, Mainland North. The box number is 84. That is postal address 84698 96, and then the code 80100. So the question was, the telephone number, interesting, remains the same. Fax number remains, it's null, it's not there. But also something interesting, also even the email address. If it was the same company applying, email address on the January was joeflash.com@gmail.com. In May, the email address was joekaraoke@gmail.com. So that the question was, why was it necessary for you to keep on changing both physical, postal address, and even email address if it was just the same company? It was just as simple as that.
Do you feel comfortable to answer that?
I think maybe I can just answer that. You know, in a simple way.
You are not here to just say what you wish, and you're not here also to direct us. We can close this session. We don't have to continue engaging. Are you ready to answer that question?
Okay, I'll answer about the address. Maybe I'll answer about the email address. I don't even have only one email address. We had so many email addresses. So anytime, as long as we are getting the mail as a company, we could have used any email address, you know, and that's what we did. And another thing, maybe I can talk about Changamwe. That's a different product. That's not the same product. It's a totally different product now we are talking about. Yes, there is a product we imported from Netherlands. So,
SBL Innovate.
Important as well, material from Netherlands as well.
In order to be able to import from Netherlands, needed to change address.
Why we are using the same, different address? Because we had rented out a go down in Mombasa where the product was supposed to be stored, and that's why we use the address in Mombasa as advised by KEBS, because they say you cannot use the same address in Nairobi or Gilgil. So they told me to get another warehouse for them to go and visit their warehouse and see whether it's suitable for storage for the fertilizer.
As advised by KEBS?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you have anything else to say? He has not answered many questions, so it's not only yours. So please, do you have anything else you'd like to say, Mr. Kariuki?
Maybe before.
Or does any member have anything
Yeah,
else to ask?
before that, what I wanted to ask Kariuki, apart from the contract that you had with the cereals in 2022, do you have an amended contract with them in 2023?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Have you provided that to us?
Yes, I think I have. Yeah.
You see, Chair, why we were asking about those details, it's important. Honorable Bowen, the women rep for Embu, asked a very important question. If the farmers were to be compensated, and which he didn't answer, where would this company be found? Because even now in the Companies Act 2015, when he registered, which he could have moved, that is the one that he did with the Health Stadium address, the Joe Flash email was there. So the way the products are mutating is the same way the company keeps on shifting, mutating. So finally, we would ask, the final question we will ask, would the real SBL Innovate Manufacturer Limited stand? We are not so sure who would stand.
Mr. Kariuki introduced himself as an entrepreneur, and I think we need to look at the definition of a real entrepreneur. That's when we know who is. So, Mr. Kariuki, would you like to respond to those issues?
I think I can respond, to do with the people selling the soil. We know, we have seen it on the telly who is selling the soil, and that's not GPC. We have seen it all over the media. There's no a single bag or any farmer have complained or shown on the telly GPC as a soil. We know, and we have seen it so many times, the people who are selling soil. So those people should compensate the farmers, the people who are selling soil.
Okay, but people are also selling quartz to farmers. He just used soil metaphorically, he did not use literally. But people selling sand also and quartz should also be able to compensate the farmers because sand and quartz are not supposed to be used for the purpose. Is that not correct?
I haven't been found guilty by anyone, so let's wait. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kariuki. I think we need to close this. There is nothing we are doing here.
Yeah. There's a letter from KEBS, and he didn't even tell us whether now finally, what is he selling to the farmers? Soil amendment, the organic fertilizer, or GPC booster?
He says KEBS will answer that. I don't know whether KEBS is supposed to be partner, but we don't understand. I think Mr. Kariuki would like to release you.
Thank you, Chair.
And if we need anything from you,
sure.
We will have to request you to tell us whether to ask you or KEBS, so that you may be able to get to where we would like to go.
It's up to them, Chair.
Yes, but it's unfortunate that really you have done this to Kenyans. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's a conclusion.